First of all, I'm surprised you haven't seen a UFO, but I have got just the man for you. His name can't be revealed. We're going to call him Simon, and he's actually a former radar operator with NATO, and he can tell us more about this.
Simon, why can't you reveal your identity?
Well, the military is not very keen on people that reveal information about unidentified objects.
Being an air traffic controller for NATO, you must be privy to quite a few secrets.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Coming up, Simon gives us some astonishing information about what we're not being told.
Well, I mean, if the evidence pointing to what you're saying is pointing to, it's mind-boggling.
I'm interested in the truth. I'm not in the cover-up.
We're about to find out from an ex-NATO radar operator who's agreed to speak on condition of anonymity. Why cases like this are often kept secret by the authorities.
What information do you have about unidentified objects?
Well, that has of course been situations with almost mid-air collisions with the UFO in the past. And this is not something the government wants to reveal.
So is this why pilots are so afraid to come forward, because they feel intimidated by governments?
Not just by governments. The situation is that when a pilot reports a UFO, there is an investigation. So that could mean he's been tested on drugs, alcohol use, or psychological problems, and that could lead to being fired from the airline.
So if a pilot was to see something in the sky, he would be reluctant, in your opinion, to tell his bosses that he'd seen it?
Just too dangerous for them, because either they will be ridiculed or it will have consequences for their job.
In your opinion, are there alien beings flying our skies?
Officially, you don't talk about those kind of stuff, because the general rule is that UFOs do not exist, and when they exist, you do not talk about it. Yes, I think they exist. They must exist. I mean, we're not alone in the universe, and I'm sure that they visit us.
What motivates you to come forward? Surely you're risking yourself by speaking to us.
I'm interested in the truth. I'm not interested in the cover-up.
Simon, you say you're looking for the truth, but it's hard to find that truth when pilots won't talk about the sightings, and they're also being suppressed by governments. Where do we go? How do we establish what's fact and what's fiction?
First of all, there is no reason for those pilots to lie. There are generals, there are colonels, high brass. They know about the UFOs, but they want to talk about it because of the consequences. But when they're on the dying bed, for example, there was an American military high staff Pentagon colonel, I think it was, he started talking on his deathbed. So the moment there are no consequences anymore for those people, they will come forward and talk about it, but not as long as they live.
Are you putting yourself at risk? You're essentially a whistleblower.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, a couple of years ago, I was working on the forum, and we were approached by someone, an American, and who said that it was not wise for us to continue. The government is definitely interested in looking into UFOs, and especially following the people that are interested in UFOs.
Well, I mean, if the evidence pointing to what you're saying is pointing to, I think it's mind-boggling, mind-blowing.
We can agree on that.
Simon, thanks for talking to us. Stay safe.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And,
Always remember Simon, the radar operator, ex-NATO, who was so scared to come forward that we had to disguise his identity and change his name.
Are you putting yourself at risk? You're essentially a whistleblower.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We were approached by someone and who said that it was not wise for us to continue.
He says there are shadowy forces out there who know lots of things that we don't know, and they're scared to tell us because we'd be frightened to death.
I am curious about Simon, and why would the general on his deathbed at the Pentagon come out and say there is more stuff going on than we know about.